Every restaurant nowadays has some sort of loyalty program. For better or for worse, it's the reality that we live in. Many people, including myself, often ponder the pros and cons of participating in these programs and consider whether it's actually worth the effort. So today, we're going to take a break from credit cards and we're going to talk about what exactly these loyalty programs are, who they're for, and some of the most popular ones in Canada. Let's get started. First things first, let's define exactly what we classify as a restaurant or fast food loyalty or reward program. They're essentially programs organized by a restaurant or a chain of restaurants designed to facilitate some sort of point system in order to reward their loyal customers. Let's talk about a simple example, Starbucks. They have an internationally recognizable reward system revolving around their stars. The way it works is every time you make an order on your app or you scan your card in store, it's registered in the system and you receive X amount of stars. In turn, these stars can be used to redeem for free food or beverages. Let's walk through a quick example here and show you how the Starbucks reward system actually works. So if you open up the app here, you can see you're greeted by a beautiful layout. Obviously lots of money went into this design and we'll talk about why that's important in a later part of the video. As you can see on my home screen here, I have 301 stars. So essentially what that means is if we pull up the redemption schedule here, I can redeem a handcrafted beverage for 200 stars, or if I just want a regular coffee or tea, I can redeem it for 100 stars. And the list just goes on, as you can see. Now if we want to make an order, we just head over to the order tab, and Starbucks already knows what my closest location is, and that's usually the restaurant that I'll be heading to. Now I'm going to scroll down and pick a Frappuccino because it's a hot day outside and I want something cold. So we'll scroll down to Frappuccino, click that, and I'm going to pick the vanilla bean Frappuccino. And once I select that and click customize down here, you can see just how many options are available to me. I can choose if I want whipped cream, what kind of milk I want, any toppings, so much more. I'm going to keep it plain, done customizing, add to order, and I'm ready to check out. Now as I go to checkout, you can see that I only have 6 cents on my Starbucks card. Now this is a problem because the drink is much more than 6 cents. Now, in any other circumstance, I may be inclined to drop the order because I don't have enough money and I may have to go online to refill my card or go through some other process. And in today's day and age, when you run into a tiny roadblock or inconvenience like that, we're likely to either forget the idea overall or move to another place. But Starbucks obviously has spent time and money investing into their app. So they have created a system where it lets you refill your card right from the checkout screen. So you don't have to skip a beat. All you have to do is press that extra button at the bottom. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to refill my card and place the order at the exact same time. And I'm greeted with this message saying that my order will be ready soon. And there you have it. That's all there is to it, an extremely simple system that's becoming increasingly more popular in today's day and age. However, not all of these point systems work. So let's talk about why that is. Let's start off by talking about some other successful loyalty programs in Canada. One of the companies in Canada that operates a successful loyalty program is one of the largest coffee chains in the country, Tim Hortons. They, like many others, have recently refreshed their reward system and brought to it a new feel. And the primary way they did this was less through how the program was structured and more through how the consumers actually use the program. What I'm talking about here is their app. Before we dive into that, let's take a look at Tim Hortons' setup. Similar to Starbucks, it's a simple point system where you spend money, you make money. In this case, you collect Tim's rewards. And these Tim's rewards can be used to redeem for a variety of different menu options. For example, you can redeem a coffee for 400 points, a donut for 300. You can even use 600 points to redeem some potato wedges. Now back to the app. One thing that helps rewards programs like Tim's Rewards succeed is the additional features you get on top of just the traditional point system. And Tim Hortons' success in this area can be attributed to several different things. But one of their additional features is a game called the Hockey Challenge. Essentially what this is you pick 3 hockey players you believe will score a goal in their game tonight, and for every player you get correct, you get 10 points. The reason this is so successful for Tim Hortons is because A, they already have a loyal customer base that's going to use their program and shop at their store no matter what. and that's crucial. And B, there's fit. Many Tim Hortons customers are also hockey fans, so putting 2 and 2 together, these customers are able to have some sort of entertainment while playing the game and receive that extra satisfaction at the end when those extra points are added to their account. Tim Hortons also just announced that they're launching a credit card very soon, which is going to complement their refreshed reward system. It'll be interesting to see how this impacts the usage of the program and if we see other brands try to replicate it. Or it could be a complete flop, and in which case it'll be a valuable lesson to many of the other players in the industry. Either way, I'm excited to see what comes next. Now back to what I was talking about earlier, one of the most important drivers of success in this industry is the usability of these apps and whether customers feel that it's actually making a difference in their lives. Where this all begins is the target audience. Unless you're someone who shops extremely frequently at said store, the loyalty program they offer is likely going to be useless to you. That's another reason why brands like McDonald's, Starbucks, and Tim Hortons have successful loyalty programs, because they have an existing loyal customer base that shops at them frequently no matter what. So not only are they able to collect a higher number of rewards, but they are actually able to stick around long enough to be able to redeem those rewards. So the connection is there and there's a tangible reward in the end for the consumers. That connection also brings some other things. It gives brands like McDonald's the ability to create unrealistic redemption schedules for their programs. To give some context, a $10 order at McDonald's gives you 1,000 points. Now you need to make 14 of these 1,000-point orders in order to redeem something simple like a Big Mac meal. Now the value proposition on a surface level is non-existent, but when you have that power and connection with the consumer, you're able to stretch that limit, and that's exactly what McDonald's does. One program I recently stumbled across that suffers from this connection characteristic is called PieCo. Essentially, they're a chain of pizza stores with over 25 locations across Canada, and they run their own loyalty program. Similar in structure to any other loyalty program, it just doesn't gain nearly as much traction as the bigger players. First off, you'll notice that the closer you get to a full sit-down restaurant, the less you shop at that place. That's a simple fact, common sense, we all know that. But what that means is the rewards programs that these places offer are going to become less and less valuable. And I hate to pick on PieCo because their pizza was extremely delicious, but they're just an easy target. Another place that smaller programs like this commonly fail is through another simple fact. Less popularity typically leads to a smaller marketing budget. And what this means is they're not able to spend as much money on the overall customer satisfaction and experience. What I'm referring to specifically here is the app. When I tried out PieCo's app, I ran into more than just one roadblock when customizing and configuring my order. Not because of the variety of menu options, and instead because of simple bugs in the app. For example, when I was trying to schedule the order, the drop-down menu for selecting a time slot was cut off by some imaginary border. So I couldn't choose the time slot that I wanted to choose. It was as simple as that. But the fact is that in today's age, a simple inconvenience like that will immediately turn people off and they'll turn elsewhere for their dinner. And that's exactly what I did the first time that I tried using their app. I will say that some chains between the fast food and full sit-down restaurant spectrum have mastered the loyalty or reward programs. One of my favorites is Domino's Pizza. They have an extremely simple reward system where after 6 orders of $10 or more, you get a free pizza. That's it, super simple. But what makes it better is that they have obviously a larger marketing budget to work with than PieCo, for example, so they're able to offer a smoother in-app experience as well as additional features like tracking your delivery driver. So overall, you just have a smoother and better app experience, and like it or not, that contributes to the success of this loyalty program. The success of loyalty programs revolve around many different factors, but they all culminate to one specific thing, and that's customer satisfaction. If they find no value, they won't use the program. And unfortunately, for many of these smaller businesses that attempt to create these loyalty programs, they simply can't afford to add that value. The most these smaller loyalty programs can do to add some sort of value is offer customers things like birthday freebies. But the sad reality of it is that unless we're in constant connection with these loyalty programs like we are with some of the bigger players, we'll just forget about them and they'll dissolve into irrelevancy. One last topic I'd like to discuss before wrapping this video up is one that's relatively new, at least for me, and that's loyalty programs offered by, instead of a restaurant, the delivery service. And the one I'll highlight today is from Skip the Dishes. Like I said, I haven't spent too much time using this loyalty program, but the way it works is pretty simple. Like any other program, you spend money, you get money back to spend more money. But the unique feature about loyalty programs offered by delivery services is that you're able to collect these rewards from hundreds of different restaurants, whatever's available to you through the app. Not only that, but you're able to use the rewards that you collect from all these restaurants at any other restaurant that you want. That's certainly a unique advantage in my opinion, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Maybe you've used this program and you have some thoughts on it. I'd love to hear them. Or maybe you have some comments about the industry as a whole, in which case I look forward to reading those as well. Feel free to share those thoughts down in the comments below. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video and this quick little detour away from credit card content. We'll be back to regular programming in the next video, but until then, take care.